More gays? Really?
Okay, but you've got to admit, it was a funny bit of wordplay.
They're my kids, man. I take care of them Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, okay, you're right. That was uncalled for. Can I go now?
Oh, I'm not done.
Right, of course, you're not done. What else do you want?
Just had something to show you.
Oh my God, you did it. But who am I supposed to take off the farming team for this?
Team? Buddy, I don't need a team. Consider this my formal farewell to your little operation. From now on, I'll be doing my own thing.
Hey, welcome back. Last video was about farming. And this video is also about farming. But before we can get into the nitty-gritty of this video, I wanted to admit something. Guys, I forgot about several farming abilities in my farming video. I'm sorry, but I know that as a community, we can get through this together. And I will absolutely do something like this again. Farming abilities can fit neatly into 4 different categories: pre-death, on death, post-death, and spontaneous generation. In most cases, you can only benefit from one type per enemy. There's only one pre-death looting ability, and that's Ivar's Pickpocket, which we've talked about before. On death includes Pilfering Augments, Atlas, yeah buddy, we'll get to you, as well as Wukong, and Spare Parts. This lets Sentinels tag enemies with a 200% loot chance bonus for a short period of time. Post-death looting includes Necros' Desecrate and Chesakubro's Retrieve, which does the same thing as Desecrate, but with lower numbers and slower. But that lack of speed does mean that you can run multiple chesses without losing efficiency. This leaves generators. In here is, of course, the Certified Hood Classic that is Smita Kavat, which can occasionally generate the rare resource for whatever area you're in. We've also got the Dig mod for Sahasa Kubros, which is honestly more so for resupplying mid-mission by generating orbs and ammo, but it can generate mods on occasion. Your dog also won't dig if you're in combat, so like, sorry to your Sahasa Kubro you named after your family dog as a kid that you loved and cared for but accidentally let die because you didn't play the game for several months or whatever. But like, it's a bad ability, dude. You could also consider Scavenge a resource generator, but we won't. Now that all that housekeeping's out of the way, what would you say the most important factor is in Warframe farming? Area of effect? Ease of use? Raw numerical drop increases? Maybe. I know if you asked me a month ago, I would have said that having the biggest possible percentage increase at all costs was your key to success, but there's another factor. Speed. Just how fast can you reduce an entire room of Aspirant Corpus down into a pile of loot? Atlas is probably the most snubbed Warframe in existence. Huge armor, damage, CC, good augments, and he's still the least used Warframe as of 2023. Is it because of the wall ability? It might be because of the wall ability. It's okay though, we subsume that for Nourish and just pray DE doesn't nerf it. But this status as a perpetual underdog has landed Atlas with several bonuses, an added resource that lets him collect rocks for extra armor, and the previously mentioned Mineral Vision. This augment for Atlas's Petrify, a cone AoE that petrifies the enemies it hits, will scan enemies into the codex and also cause them to drop 25% extra base loot. Now, this number is very low, of course, but there's 2 things to consider. 1, it's very easy to blast enemies with Petrify and then just instantly explode them with Landslide. 2nd, it scales with power strength. Orgaze's bonus loot chance starts at 25%, and it scales up to where if you have your power strength at 400%, you get 100% extra loot chance. That's more than Necros, or Korra, and tied with Hydroid. But unlike Hydroid, you don't have to sit in a room and wait for enemies to come to you. No, you get to play Atlas.
It's a rap by the count of 3, and it's all being filmed on Shock TV.
while I was editing my previous farming video, I was blessed, let's say, with an Atlas ability strength infusion, allowing me to achieve that vaunted 400% ability strength with very little effort. And the results were insane. In what is quickly becoming a scientific baseline for me, I played Atlas solo on Steel Path Gabby with my boosters from the previous runs active. And I got 32 Orakin cells, a mere 6 off from my fully coordinated and optimized farming team. Having my entire strategy dethroned by a boxer with rocks was humbling. I always thought that the most effective farm available, Metha, if you will, would come from standing still. But this changes everything. Now we don't need a team of farmers, we don't even need a team. Atlas is perfectly capable of scaling up into all but the most insane high tiers of content. This is made possible by two things, Landslide and Rubble Heap. You see, Landslide is a pseudo-exalted weapon, something I want to make a video on in the future, so all you need to know right now is that it inherits mods and Incarnon effects from my melee weapon, which makes it do big damage. I also have Rubble Heap, an augment which lets you cast Landslide for free when you collect enough rubble. Rubble is collected by shattering petrified enemies. You see how this all forms into a cohesive gameplay loop? Turn enemies to stone, punch them once or twice, collect insane loot and also rocks that boost your output even further. The more kills you get, the easier it becomes. It's almost like a landslide. Is it possible to achieve these results without a Helminth infusion? Of course, if you're willing to shell out for Umbral mods, 4 Archon shards, and a max rank Molt augmented, sure. It's okay though, this build will get you those resources back and then some. Probably. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Overall, I wasn't expecting to just, like playing Atlas this much. Like, I was ready to use this setup because of the godlike farm potential, but the gameplay loop of maintaining Rubble Heap while also punching enemies for millions of damage spoke to me on some kind of primal level. And I know I made a whole deal about this being a solo farming setup, but you could totally also bring a Necros along to play janitor in all the rooms that Atlas clears in roughly 3 seconds. If I can achieve anything with this video though, I hope that we can raise Atlas above being the least played Warframe, because I mean, my man doesn't deserve that. Everyone knows that Caliban deserves to be the least played Warframe. Ayy. Talk to me.
Bro, you gotta check your ability strength, bro!
What? What do you mean check my ability strength? Oh. It's not capped? It's not capped. The loot bonus scales infinitely? Hey team, I'll be in your orbiters in 5 minutes. Drop everything. We're going resource farming.